swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. Stupendous!
Hi guys, welcome back to FPL Insights, your home of everything fantasy football related. This week we're going to be having a look at game week 28, as well as looking how I did in game week 27. So on screen now you can see my points for game week 27, which was a few weeks back given to the break in the cup. And as you can see, I got 73 points overall. Should have really captained Doucoure as he got 21 points. He scored 4 goals, and I believe he got 3 bonus points when they beat Leicester 5-1. Some good point scorers in my team as well, with the likes of Salah and Kane when they had that. I think Salah got a goal and an assist against Southampton, and I believe Kane scored obviously in the derby, the North London derby. Other than that, one clean sheet with Azpilicueta, but a solid game week overall. And now we'll look at my 3 players to watch for game week 28. So my first player to watch this week, touched on when I spoke about game week 27, it's Mo Salah for Liverpool. If you haven't got him in your team by now, don't really know what you're doing, because he's selected by almost 60% of teams and he's scoring points every single week. He started at about 9 million, I believe, and now he's at around the 10.4 mark. And as you can see, he's got a home fixture against West Ham this week. I feel like he'll score a lot of points in that game. West Ham aren't the best team away from home, and given that Liverpool have such strength going forward, I feel this could be a walkover at Anfield. And as you can see, he got 15 points against Spurs a few weeks back and 13 points against Southampton. So you should definitely look at Salah this week and potentially captain him in if he's in your team. So my next player to watch this week is Ahmed Hegazi for West Brom. He's sitting at the 4.7 million mark on FPL, selected by just over 20% of people. He's a really solid choice because, obviously, as you know, West Brom are a team people look for clean sheets, given that their defenders are cheap as well. They've got a home fixture against Huddersfield this week, and I believe Huddersfield haven't won an away game since around the 16th of December. And West Brom, like I said, being solid at the back, I feel like they'll win this game, and as we know, a lot of their defenders are the ones getting the goals, so that's why Hegazi would be a solid option this week. So my last player to watch this week is Abdoulaye Doucoure for Watford. 2 weeks ago we looked at Deulofeu as he was doing well down the wings for Watford, but this week I'm looking at Doucoure just because he has a knack for getting a goal and assist, and Watford has some decent games coming up next. Also, Doucoure is a bit cheaper than Deulofeu, sitting I believe at the 5.4 million mark. So if you want a cheap midfielder who does get the odd goal and assist to free up funds in the attack, Doucoure could be a great option, and with the fixtures he's coming up, you should definitely get him in this week. So going on to a feature on this channel I like to call Clean Sheet of the Week. This week we're going with Bournemouth. After suffering their first loss, I believe, in around a month and a half to Huddersfield last week, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, I feel like they'll bounce back to winning ways this week when they host Newcastle. I feel like Bournemouth are underrated in defence, and they're very solid at home, which is why, with their cheap defenders, it would be a great choice for a potential clean sheet this week. So lastly, just looking at my one to watch this week, it's Johan Berg Gudmundsson for Burnley. Burnley plays Southampton at home this week, and the reason I'm going with Gudmundsson is because I feel Burnley don't have that one player that they look at to rely on for goals when they're going forward. The goals are often distributed evenly between the players, if that makes sense. But he actually grabbed himself a goal 2 weeks ago against Man City, and I feel like he has that knack for getting an odd goal or assist, much like Doucoure does. And given that he's only 5.1 million on FPL, and Burnley have these solid fixtures coming up, I think it would be a good punt to get Gudmundsson in your team. So just looking at my team for this game week on screen then, you can see I've kept the armband on Kane, as I feel like they'll beat Crystal Palace away very comfortably. I've got some potential clean sheets in defence with the likes of Charlie Daniels. Like I spoke about, I have predicted Bournemouth to keep a clean sheet this week. The fixture between Man U and Chelsea will be a tough one, so I'm not sure how that will play out. One player I am looking or unsure to keep is Son, because although he does have a few games where he grabs a goal and assist, he's been pretty average over the last 4 games. He's not even scored once or got 1 assist. So that rounds up my preview this game week, and as you can see, sitting at the overall mark of just over 71,000 with almost 1,600 points. So I hope with the suggestions I've made you can go up the ladder this week, and if you have any other suggestions which I didn't mention, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.